So the big question is this: how do most agents who struggle to get the information that most successful agents hoard to themselves grow and prosper without this information? That's the big question, and this video cast is the answer. Welcome to Real Estate Rockstars. I'm your host, Pat Hiban. And now, for the review of the day. All right, got one here from Kyle in Phoenix. Worth your time, 5 stars. Pat, as a new real estate broker, I find the information and interviews are extremely helpful. They keep me motivated and cause me to think outside of what my market does. Great job. Thank you, Kyle. That's what we try to do. Get people to think outside of what other agents in their market are doing so they can do it in their market. Keep the comments coming, guys. I love them. And remember, I eat feedback for breakfast. So give me a 1-star review if you want, or a 5-star review if you want. I don't care. And the more reviews we get, the better guests we get. So please, subscribe first and then leave us a review or wherever you're listening. All right, Rockstar Nation, we have a great guest today. Mr. Sean Anthony is on the line, and if you don't know Sean, you're going to get to know him, and you're going to hear about him, whether it's through here or somewhere else, because this guy is killing it and up and coming. Dude is selling or had sold 70 houses by himself with no assistance, no team, basically, and is just making waves. And I'm excited to find out how you sell so many houses without your head popping off, and where all the deals are coming from and what he's doing. And he's got a lot of cool ideas to share. So anyways, without further ado, Sean, welcome to Real Estate Rockstars, brother.
Hey, Pat, thanks for having me.
Hey, Sean, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself so they get to know you better?
Okay, well, again, first off, thanks for having me. My story in real estate is a little short because I've only been in about 2.5 years. Sounds crazy because it feels like 25. It all started with my uncle, who was part-time in real estate, telling me that I should try it out. You know, so I said, what the heck? I was working full-time at a freaking collection bank, man, of all things. So, you know, I was the guy that called you and told you that your student loans were in default. And, you know, you're going to garnish your wages because of your student loans and everything. So oddly enough, the telephone skills that I gained from that job, you know, were great and helped me excel really quick in the real estate world. So I was working there for close to 4 years. 6 months into my 3rd year, I decided to start studying and get my real estate license, listen to my uncle. You know, I paid the upfront cost, I believe, on my credit card at that point to take the test and go through everything. I took the test 3 times. It was frustrating too, because it was like the 3rd time was a charm. I passed, and you know, after that, after I was licensed, within the 2 months that I was licensed, I put my 2 weeks into my job, right? And then the day after that I put my 2 weeks in, I quit. Right on the spot, I had to tell him, like, I can't do this anymore. I've seen the value in real estate, right? So I took that leap of faith. I walked out with $99 in my checking account with rent and, you know, car payment due in 15 days. So I actually remember reading Gary Vaynerchuk. A lot of people probably know who he is. It was his first book, Crush It. So I was reading that in the break room, and then right after that, it was when I eventually just walked in the office and I can't do this anymore. I was like driving myself nuts. So that day I got out, I door knocked on over 100 homes. I was so determined to make.
Wait a minute. Okay, so you quit your job as a bill collector.
Yeah.
With $99 in the bank.
Yep.
In the first day you go door knocking.
The first day I was that determined because I was sitting in that chair with the phone thing on. You know, I was just like, I can't do this. I'm just not made for this. I need to be doing something. And I had the real estate license at that point. I'm like, there's no reason to wait 2 weeks. Let's just get this over with now, and let's take the leap of faith.
Oh, you mean you were at your other job, sitting there collecting debt, and you're like, oh my God, I can't do this. You're so anxious. So you put your headset down, from the bill collector job, stood up, walked out, and went straight to knocking on people's doors saying, "Hi, I'm a real estate agent"?
Yeah, it's actually kind of a funny story because I forgot to take my badge off and give it to them. So the first door I knocked on, the badge was still there, and it was like, well, who are you really? You know, because
Yeah, right. Oh shit! Here comes this guy collecting this money we owe. You're lucky that he answered the door.
right. You know, a couple of them slam in your face, but you know, you keep moving. I ended up getting almost, I think it was very close to 100 doors that I knocked on that day, and you know, from there on, my first full year, and that year was half a year because it was 6 and 6. So I finished that year with 35 sides closed, close to like 4 million. You know, nothing exciting, but it was only 6 months into the year that I had to work with.
That's crazy. Okay, so first of all, how old are you?
I just turned 29.
Okay, and where do you live?
Sayre, Pennsylvania. So it's a very small area demographically. It's comprised of 3 small cities, and you know, we probably got 25,000 people in my area right now.
So what's your average sales price?
129.5.
Okay, and so 129.5 is your average sale price. Okay, so you've been in business 2.5 years.
Yep.
Right. Your first full year, which was 2017.
Yes.
Right. How many houses did you sell?
We closed 70 sides for just under 8 million.
And you did that all by yourself, except your girlfriend.
Yes, I had a living.
Was helping you. Your girlfriend was like your admin assistant, right?
Exactly.
Unlicensed at the time, right?
She was doing all unlicensed activities.
And then would you say, like, at what point did she become like a full-time helper to you and quit her job?
So by March of that, I would say March of 2017, because she was doing this part-time.
Yeah.
So March of 2017, she had gone full-time with me, and she was on, you know, I was paying her.
And you were just paying her. Okay. and that worked out good for you. So, all right, cool. So let's talk some nitty gritty. You know, what is your ECI, Sean, your ego commission income? If I were to look at it, what's your ECI for the last, say, 12 months?
So the last 12 months, it would be $380,000. That would be a total sides if we took, you know, 6 months into last year and then into now, or 6 months into this year, total of 95 sides for 380,000 ECI.
Okay. This is awesome, dude. All right. And so what do you spend? Like, what's your profit margin on the 380?
So it's around 60% that I kept. I spend about 40.
And okay, so you get to keep like 230 grand. How much were you making collecting debt?
This is funny too that you bring this up, because I still try to tell myself like this is a reality now, but I was salaried, I think, at $42,000, and that's 40 hours a week.
So you're collecting debt at 42, and here it is literally 2 years later, right? And then you might be making 45 at the debt collector if you stayed there. You made $230,000 taxable income. That's real deal money. I'm assuming you never made that before, right?
No.
Never made any over 100 probably before, right?
Exactly.
Okay. 42 the most you ever made in a year?
It was the 42 is the max. Yep.
So you went from 42 to 230 in 2 years. That's awesome. All right. So now's the fun part, right? Now we're going to find out like how, all right? So tell us like exactly like a third grader could understand how you did it, what you did, what hours, what you said, everything, every little detail on if someone's listening to this and they're like, holy dirt, 95 houses a year, you know, this dude's grinding and it's paying off, right? Obviously you're listening to Gary Vaynerchuk because that's what he says. He's like, work your ass off. But beyond the obvious of that, what specifically did you do and are you doing?
So I went all in on video marketing, Pat. Video marketing and Facebook, Instagram, any kind of social media vehicle you can think of. In my market, I'm one of the youngest agents in my market, and you know, it was always like a browbeater, like, oh, what's he think he's going to do to change the market? And then it was a joke inside my mind. It's like, no, this is actually where the market is going. You just don't realize it yet. So, you know, when everybody else was still going in on their newspaper ads, billboards, everything else, I knew where Facebook was going. I knew that's where the attention was. And I just went all in on Facebook, creating videos. My popular show, Community Connect, I don't know if you've heard of that. You know, just basically became the star of my market because I knew where everybody's attention was.
Okay, yeah. So that's a cliche. So what does so becoming the star of your market, right? That's the name of a course, but we want to know the content of the course, right? So how exactly did Sean Anthony become the star of the market? Like, what did you do? What do you do step by step? Like, what do you just get on Facebook 4 times a day and start talking? What do you talk about? Blah blah blah.
Okay, so well, the first thing I was doing was live videos, just like home market value updates or, you know, your market trends. But then I realized everybody was doing that. So I was like, I got to stand out differently. So I'm like, how do I create content that's valuable and that somebody wants to see and wants to hear, right, of the community? So this Community Connect thing that I did, I just went door to door from business. I said, if I capture the business owner's attention, everything else follows, right? You gain the respect, you gain possibly listings of the people that have the money in the market, and the buyers just follow after the listings. So I went from door to door in our local town, Sayre, and just knocked. And I said, hey, here's what I got to offer. And my first one that I didn't have anything to show them. By the way, if you're listening to this and you want to find one on my page, go ahead and use that as an example, because that's exactly what I did. I found my friend. I got to give him a little shout out. His name's Shirag Shah from Westchester in New York. He's got his shows called Lifestyle Westchester. And he basically did the same thing. You know, you just say, here's the video that I'm looking to create. I'm going to do it for free. And it's basically cross promotion for me, but I don't say that, or for you in this case. But as the business owner's looking at that and they're saying, wait a minute, a newspaper is charging me this, or this is charging me this, and you're going to tell me you can get at least 5,000 to 10,000 views for free? Where do I sign? Or where do I do? I said, great news is all you need is an hour of your time. And at that point, it's real simple. I actually Googled, I got it on a Microsoft Word document now, but it's simple. It's like, what are your hours of operation? These are the questions that you ask the business owner. What are your hours of operation? What services do you offer? And what's one thing the community may not know about you? 3 questions, 2-minute video. I edit it, and I started in iMovie. I've switched to Final Cut Pro. That's actually another story. I kind of dove down a video editing career that I didn't really want to get into, but I had but iMovie's free. I think it was like $5 for the iMovie app, and you know, it costs maybe an hour to 2 of your time. You get home, you edit it for an hour. YouTube trains you, so utilize it, and you know, you deliver the video to them. You post it on Facebook. It's cross promotion for you. And the business owner respects, likes you, and refers you to all the friends.
Brokers and team leaders, are you tired of seeing dwindling numbers at your monthly sales meetings? And I don't mean numbers as far as sales. I mean numbers as far as agents attending. Do you struggle with creating new and exciting content that will not only motivate your agents, but deliver actual results to them? Do you want your agents using proven sales techniques that increase their commissions? We've got the answer for you. Rebus University is launching a Lunch and Learn series you can purchase to provide structure and content to your meetings. The series has 12 30-minute trainings taught by me and top producers from around the world, and specifically is designed to increase production for your agents. Plus, when you purchase these trainings, you will also receive significant discounts for the go-getters on your team or in your office who want more training and bigger results. So don't delay. Go to hibandigital.com/teams. That's hibandigital.com/teams, or call Catherine Brower today at 843-749-9900. That's 843-749-9900, and get started with your Rebus University Lunch and Learn. Okay, and so like how many of these are you doing a day, a week, whatever?
We're doing 2 per month now, but recently we've made a new goal because we realized how much of our lead source comes from this. We're trying to do at least 1 a week, but it's a pretty aggressive goal for our area because there's only so many businesses. So we've recently put a pin on the map and decided to go 30-mile radius around where I actually live and just start. Why do we have to stay in Sayre, right? Let's just target everybody.
And what types of businesses work the best?
Restaurants work the best because they're just, it's easy. They usually have some free time, usually in the mornings. And I've seen a lot of success with restaurants, grocery stores, or small business owners in particular. Here's a quick pro tip that I learned along the way that I wish I knew in the beginning. Find the people on Facebook in your community that are engaged in Facebook, that are doing videos themselves, because when you come to them, they're going to see the value automatically. And the more comfortable they are on video, the better all the video turns.
So, okay, that makes sense, right? So find the restaurants that are doing videos themselves, and then you're doing them, and then you're putting them on YouTube, right? And how much business would you say? Like out of the 95 deals that you did in the last 12 months, how many came from your YouTube videos or your social media videos, your postings about, other neighborhood companies?
I would say upwards to 70%, Pat. Because I'm only 2.5 years in the business, I don't really have a referral business yet, social media lead source is almost everything.
So people are just watching it and saying, hey, I see you're at Bertucci's and I want to buy a house or I want to sell a house. I mean, is it that simple, or how's this work?
So and the best part about this is this paired with other videos that you do, right? Once you get the followers on your page, you have to keep them somehow. So the best thing that I do with this is I pair it with a giveaway. So I'll do the Community Connect and I'll say like, share, comment, whatever. You can win a $50 Visa gift card or something. And then that gets the community to share it as well. So it gets more brand awareness and everybody sees it. That's how I get so many views on it. So I would definitely say pair it with a giveaway. But trying to.
Yeah, no. So you mean you pair it with a giveaway? Like if you register here or whatever, we'll send you a free slice of pizza or like, what's that look like?
So I tried to do that. So one we did was a busy market, like a grocery store. And it's like, well, I'll give away some meat or something. Well, not everybody wants some free
ground chuck.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So what I found the most success with is what can everybody use, men or women, who's going to really share this? The most generalized thing to do is a $50 Visa gift card or, however much you want to give away. I found more than one winner. Like if you give 2 away or 3.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Break this down for me because I don't understand. Like how you're giving away this to who, how, like what?
So they watch the video, they get done watching the video, and in the text of the video after you post it, it says giveaway with like 5 stars. And then down below it says, all you have to do to enter in this giveaway is 1, like this business page, which would be mine because I'm posting it. 2, comment below, usually the business name, which in this case it was Ted Clark. So I said comment Ted Clark's below. So now they're getting brand awareness. And 3, share this post. And that's it. They're entered in the giveaway after they watch the 2 to 3 minute video. And then
I see. So you're encouraging them to take action and then they're entered in it. And then eventually you pick one and you say, hey, congrats.
Yep. And then at the end, I just go live 7 days from that. I've seen the best results with 7 days. So you start the giveaway and then you put an end time in your text too at the very bottom. By the way, I'll be live 7 days from today at X time, whatever works for you. And then you Google random number generator, you hit generate, and then the comments from the first comment to the last comment, whatever, if the random number generator generated 50, the 50th comment would be your first winner. You see?
Yeah, right. If that's and that's an app, random
number generator is just literally going on Google. And the cool part about if you can do it live is you tune in, you say, hey guys, I'm live here for the giveaway. Sometimes I talk about the weather, and then I'll flip my camera around and I'll actually generate the random number live right from Google.
And and you tell Google, don't go above however many comments there are.
Exactly.
And
so
it just picks one. Right.
Yep. So if there's 180 comments, the minimum will be 1 and the max will be 180, and it picks somebody in between randomized.
And then you say, hey, it's Becky Simpson. And Becky, if you're out there, you want a $50 gift card, and then you wait another 2 weeks and you do it again, or hopefully you'll wait another week and do it again. And then you just get all these people and you're just constantly saying, I'm a real estate agent.
Well, in the videos, I don't say anything about real estate. I'm just doing it for the community. But the people that I get to follow my page from liking it, they see all my other videos that I do for real estate. So they kind of put one and one together. So that's why I like the soft sell there.
Fascinating. Okay. So are you still doing door knocking?
So that slowed down a lot. I built a business on that because that's how I had to get in front of people. Everybody looked at me like a young guy in my market. What do you know? So the cold calling thing, unfortunately, even though I had a lot of great training with it, it didn't work. So originally the door knocking worked. Now that people know me from my videos and the following that I have, I basically just go all in on video marketing.
That's awesome. Okay. So what percentage of your business is listings versus buyers?
60% listings, 40% buyers.
That's great. That's great. So just out of curiosity, how many listings do you have on the market now?
So right now we're carrying 30 active listings.
Okay. And, so what's your selling proposition? You're a new agent, right? I mean, you've got obviously a lot of success in 2 years, but what was it in the beginning? How has it changed? When you're going on the listing, how are you closing the deal?
So most of the people now, they've seen the recent success in the closing. Another big thing is closing photos, closing videos, video testimonials of a closing. I'll be walking out of a attorney's office with the checks in my hand and my happy seller with his check, and I'll just throw up. I'm like, hey, do you mind doing this for me real quick? And they say no all the time. And then you put it up and say, hey, just closed on the house with so-and-so. How did it go? Please tell the audience how everything went with my team or myself. And then they say 50 seconds worth of stuff and you post it. And that's what sells because people see me closing deals.
Where you post? Where you post? Is it all going to YouTube or is it going?
Everything's on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, everything.
Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all three things? Let's just take that example of that closing. Do you put that closing on all three things or do you rotate it?
I've been doing all three things, but after doing some readings and talking to some people, I realized that each platform is native to different content. So that's something that I think can be finer tuned because I feel like Instagram has a certain piece of content and Facebook has, more of the videos. But it's been working, so I keep doing it. All three platforms get the same amount.
I started doing that same thing. Started having themes. My Instagram is more of a how do you say a diary or a daily journal of me, right? My my Facebook is more about the podcast, right, and the guests and things like that. So it's if you have a theme for each one, you can say, okay, well, Facebook is more about past clients and that sort of thing, and Instagram's more about your daily journal or whatever. But yeah, have themes of each one, right. So that way people want to look at all three. They don't want to go, oh man, I'm going to see the same video 3 times.
Exactly. Yeah, that's something that, going into the future, maybe it would be better to do that, but it's right now, early on, I was just focused on hitting everybody, every follower that I have from every platform. I needed to get my stuff in front of their eyes.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about technology. Sean, what apps are you excited about right now?
So a couple apps that I'm excited about, and if anybody's that's listening to this, that's listened to Gary Vaynerchuk, you've heard this before, but Musical.ly and the new app called TikTok, TikTok.
Okay, tell me about TikTok.
They both do the same thing, but it's basically there's some music in the background, you make 10-second clips, and then you basically try to whatever the challenge, they have certain challenges that you can do, and then people do it, kind of like this whole thing with the Drake song that went around, the In My Feelings, and people start getting out of their cars and dancing to it. It's just another one of those things that is a trend, and I believe it's going to be coming big into the real estate world with even dancing in front of listings. I don't know what it's going to come to, but I really think there's something to be said there, especially with the millennial crowd, because that's how you connect with them.
I wonder how you can make money on that.
Well,
dancing in front of listings. You should start something. I mean, it might not be to make money. It might be to start a trend, but I think you should do that, Sean. I think you should start dancing in front of all your listings. And
it's funny you said that. Recently, that stupid challenge that I told you about, this hip hop song that went viral because a wide receiver from the Giants danced in front of outside of a car to the song, and then everybody started doing it in the world. And I'm like, well, great. Here's a trend. Pro tip: if there's a trend going around, switch it or repackage it.
Oh yeah, but piggyback on that.
So that's what I did. We've got a new listing. I contacted the seller to make sure I had it in writing if he cared that I did it, and I did the challenge in front of a house. It got so many shares. Everybody liked it, and the biggest thing is people now know that I'm not just a white collar out there. I'm approachable and I'm likable, right? I'm a person like them, which I feel a lot of people or a lot of things in my past or a lot of clients in my past have told me before that's one of the biggest things. Sometimes they don't ask a real estate agent to help them. They feel like they're not approachable. So
I want you to think about the word toolbox. What is a toolbox? A toolbox is a box full of tools that you use to build something great. At Real Estate Rockstars, we've created our own free toolbox. So everybody that comes on the show as a guest brings a tool with them, and we plow them all into this toolbox, and we give it away for our viewing audience to basically use as they wish. Everything we put in there is an actionable item that can be downloaded, can be printed, can be used immediately. And we got things like scripts and dialogues, checklists for teams, checklists to keep agents accountable, referral forms that are filled out at settlement to get referrals by your buyers and sellers. Everything you could think of that you could use on a regular basis about real estate is included in this toolbox, and it's helping agents worldwide sell more houses and make their jobs a lot easier and processes much more efficient. And the thing is, it's absolutely free. All you got to do is go to hibandigital.com/toolbox or text the word toolbox to 444-999. That's toolbox 444-999. Do it now. No, I definitely think you should probably do it for every house. Like I remember when it was like one of those things was going on. I think it was the Harlem Shuffle. Me and my whole team did the Harlem Shuffle in front of the moving truck that we had for our clients. I think it's still on YouTube if you look for it. But it's the same sort of thing. I saw also a guy in Canada. It was like on one of these real estate newspapers online. Like he was, the market slowed and he's trying to sell a house, so he had like this goofy guy in there doing dance moves in every room, and that's how you see the house. Like you see the house, but then you see this really nerdy guy like doing funny dance moves silently, like a mime, and it got shared like 10 million times, and this guy's house got shown virtually like 10 million times, where every other house in that province in Canada wasn't getting any showings at all. Right. So yeah, I love it. Okay. What else? What other technology do you like?
So, I mean, Snapchat it's funny. I've gotten leads from Snapchat because it's a younger demographic that is on it, I would say, or that's what they say. But I've gotten leads where so-and-so's kid follows my Snapchat and I'm just, showing off a house. And they say, hey, Mom, so-and-so's selling this house. We should go see this one. Aren't you looking for a house? And then boom, I get a call or I get a direct message or something. So big things for Instagram stories, and then, again, the live feeds. Any type of live feed you can get with Facebook's algorithm, it's just the best kind of content because it pops up on the top of everybody's page.
Yeah. How many IG followers do you have?
So right now I think it's like 1,500. Funny thing is I started this beginning of this year. I made a business page. I have a personal page, but the Sean Anthony team, you can find it on Instagram. I started it a year and a half ago and just started using 30 hashtags and posting consistently. And it's like your following grows so fast organically.
So if you get to 10,000, you can do the swipe ups.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It may pay to just get a bunch of follow, and this podcast is going to help you. But get a bunch of people outside of your market to follow you, and then when you get to 10,000, then you could do swipe up for that gift card.
Right.
Right. You could you could take a clip like Gary Vee does this. Like he won't take the whole 2-minute or 5-minute clip of Veneri's pizza that you did, but he'll take like 30 seconds of the time you were at Veneri's pizza and say, hey, swipe up to do this. And it'll say, here's the 3 things you got to do. And then you get the gift card. So there's all kinds of stuff you could do there. So, all right, cool. So, so looking back, I know it's only been 2.5 years, but looking back, like what advice do you have to a rookie agent that's getting in the business? Do you think you did it all 100% correct, or what would you do differently?
Oh, no, not at all. First of all, I would say trust the process. It obviously doesn't happen overnight. It's something that I had to fight. I was trying to swallow the whole elephant, just trust the process, go all in on video. I would honestly skip cold calling and get right in front of them with a door knock. If a door knock isn't something that you're comfortable with, even a podcast, just start something.
Why?
Post consistently, just so you can get in front of people. You have to get in front of them.
To get your skills, right?
Yep.
To get more comfortable. I remember working for a broker that anytime anybody was having a tough time, he would say, well, go visit 10 FSBOs. And they're like, why? And you get eaten alive, to get your skills back, to get toughened up, to get your skills back. And so when you do get a really hot client, you're comfortable closing a deal and talking to them and stuff,
Definitely.
So like if you had a magic pill, right, that could remove one source of pain from your business right now, what would that be?
Unrealistic sellers? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, that's interesting because normally you don't have unrealistic. I mean, do you have unrealistic sellers in your market? Generally, you don't have that until the market starts sliding down a little bit, and then everyone wants yesterday's price. Is that happening in Pennsylvania where you're from?
Yeah, in PA right now, it's definitely a buyer's market. There's an abundance of listings. The sellers have to be competitive, and sometimes they don't understand that, maybe your house might be worth this, but are you willing to wait over 6 months to get that price? So it's like it's a constant battle that I have. And, with the unrealistic sellers, it's almost like you almost have to walk away. It stinks sometimes, but you walk away with a deal and it's so gratifying. I don't know why. For me, this is kind of weird, but when another agent takes it over price and then it expires, and then you knew you were right.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are you doing about that? Are you just getting tougher skin at walking away from unrealistic sellers, or are you working on your scripts and dialogues for getting price reductions or getting right prices from the beginning? What are you doing about that?
So I'm basically I'm just really trying to focusing on providing the most value I can. I'm practicing a lot of the rebuttals and objection handling, because you need to know right where you're going, because a lot of the sellers in my market, they'll say, well, if I can't get this price and so will do it for X%, whatever. It's something that you have to say, like, hey, if you want that percentage of work ethic, then go pay that. And if I've said it before. I've said that in listings. Sometimes it goes sour and you go out, but you're not wasting your time. Time is the most valuable asset, right? How do
Absolutely.
I keep telling myself and my team when we have our meetings, it's like, how do I buy my time back, or how do I get the time back? And I'm doing that because I'm walking away from one seller, but working with 3 of them that actually want to sell, because I've delegated that 2 hours to finding 3 more clients. So if you open your mind to think of it like that, it's eye-opening.
Okay, so talk to me about what you've done now. You're no longer a solo agent. Your girlfriend got her license. Is that right?
Yes, she went licensed right before January of 2018. So
okay, so what's she doing now?
So she is my full-time buyer's agent, and she basically is doing almost, honestly, she's probably going to hear this and listen to this. She's underpaid. She She does everything. I've taught her all my skills on the buyer's agent side, but now she's starting to shadow me with listings because she has that personality as well. So I want our team to be more versatile so everybody knows what to do. And
so is she handling the back end still, or did you hire somebody else?
So we hired her job out and she trained her job. So it worked perfectly. So I didn't lose a step, didn't skip a beat. I was out there still generating listing leads.
Now, how'd you find somebody to do her job?
So we actually lucked out because I've seen, just from talking to people and traveling, that this is a hard job to fill. I mean, the admin position has to be on call, and they have to do all, they can work from 8 to 12 and be swamped, and then 12 to 4 is nothing, and then 4 to 8 happens. It's like we really lucked out. The office hired an admin. It didn't work out with them. We took her on, and she's been great ever since.
That's awesome. That's cool. So so you're building, and you're building with quality people who obviously understand you and understand your systems, right? Yeah. You're kind of growing from within, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. So let's wrap this up with our flagship question, and that is this: if I were to take you, Sean, and I put you on an island that has a lot of commerce, people are buying and selling real estate. And I put you on with 9 other agents, right? And the one thing you guys have in common is you don't know anybody. Nobody knows anybody. But everybody has $1,000, a laptop, and a cell phone. And I put you in a little race. And I say, okay, you guys don't know anybody, but, you've got, and for you, I'm going to change it. I'm going to say 30 days, right? Because you've done a lot really fast. So whoever gets the most listings, I'm changing this a bit because you're a little different. Whoever gets the most listings in the first 30 days in this new town wins $1 million. How are you going to get the most listings?
Okay, so I know I keep saying this, guys, but if you're listening, this is so important because I can really, like I was telling you, Pat, there's 70% or more is divulge or of our leads come from video marketing. The first thing I would do is hold the principle, bring more value than you ever expect to get in return. The humble approach always turns out better for yourself, indirectly sometimes. I would go door knocking from business to business. I would get in there. I would introduce something similar to Community Connect, and I would say, let's do this. You get branding. I will do this completely or for free. I'll do all the video editing. And if they say no, I go next door or I go directly to their competitor at that point, and I'll do it with them, or just go business to business, door knocking, get some people behind me, get some people to respect me, get the business owners to respect me, and the referral, word of mouth goes from there, and we just keep focusing on videos all over social media. You want to know why? Because it's free.
Wow, that's awesome, dude. Well, as you know, Sean, everybody that comes on the show brings with them a free gift, an item of utility, something that the listeners can kind of download, print out, put on their desk, do whatever the heck they want with it. I'm going to put your free gift on your show notes, which is going to be easy. It's going to be hibandigital.com/Sean Anthony, but it's SEAN, guys. SEAN Anthony. So, Sean, what free gift did you bring?
So I brought my seller's listing package. This is pretty cool because the whole time I've been on here, I felt like I've been pro-millennial and saying video, Facebook, all this, but I don't want you to forget this, that there's a reason that the consistent execution of the basics is still working. The mailers and the cold calls, all that stuff still works. So what I wanted to do was bring to you a package that I give to my sellers upon listing or a week prior to listing appointment. It's basically a 20-page organized packet that lets them know what exactly they can expect from start to finish when you list a house with our team.
That's awesome, dude. That's a great gift. I really appreciate you being candid and sharing that. And so I'm going to put that on hibandigital.com/Sean Anthony. I'm also going to put it in the Agent Success Toolbox, which could be found on hibandigital.com/toolbox. Or you can simply text the word toolbox to 444-999. I'm going to put links to the apps and things that Sean mentioned today. All of Sean's information will be on there if you want to reach out to him, say hello, tell him congratulations, blah, blah, blah. It'll all be there. hibandigital.com/Sean Anthony. Sean, this has been awesome, brother. I appreciate you coming on, and best of luck to you in your future endeavors.
Well, thanks, Pat. I appreciate you for having me.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Real Estate Rockstars. If this free content is giving you a ton of value, I want to ask a small favor in return. I need you to pull out your pointing finger and hit the subscribe button. Yes, hit subscribe, please. The more subscribers that we get on Real Estate Rockstars, the better guests are attracted to the shows. We'll get more guests from the top companies, from the top teams, and even more celebrity guests like Robert Kiyosaki and Barbara Corcoran. Also, if you're not a member of our free Facebook group, go to Real Estate Rockstars Radio right on Facebook and join the conversation. I'm on there myself on FaceTime Lives, and we have a lot of communications and questions about the show, and I'd love to see you there. And it's free. People ask me all the time, where am I on social media? I'm real easy to find. Just type in my name. My IG is I am Pat Hiban. It is blowing up on Instagram, adding tons of subscribers, and I'm on there probably twice a day. So definitely follow me on Instagram, as well as everywhere else. Thanks again for listening, and keep rocking.